A message from the human resistance. It should be obvious by now that it is the global cabal that were the ones behind Jeffrey Epstein and his activities. The global cabal has been a secret occupational government of alien intelligences such as the Greys and the entity known as Ra, for many decades. Their goal has been to erode the national sovereignty of Western nations, and to slowly collapse the Western Bloc so that it merges with the East to form what has been dubbed a New World Order. While this sounds extreme to the average barely informed citizen, you have seen the work of these entities before, from their first attempt to form such a New World Order, known commonly as Nazi Germany, and its alliance to Fascist Italy and the old Japanese Empire. Those who were serving the New World Order were encouraged to act above the law, and were told they could do whatever they wanted, so long as they gave their loyalty to the cabal, which was secretly influencing and undermining Western nations via groups such as the Bilderberg Group and the Skull and Bones Society. As such, many formed secret organizations that were under the impression that they would be a protected class that were able to engage in whatever evil they desired, and could live like gods, exploiting people and sexually exploiting children, as their wealth and power were guaranteed by the cabal system, and in many democratic nations, via their totally dominated political party systems that had only controlled parties to choose from. In America, until the Obama years, both parties had been controlled by cabal agents since the presidency of George H.W. Bush, which went uninterrupted until they attempted to consolidate power within a left-wing party, the Democrats, under Obama, and the Clintons. However, they fumbled the ball, and took for granted losing control of the Republicans to a non-controlled candidate, which turned out to be Donald Trump. Trump was the first individual that was not a cabal brainwashy to gain control of a major political party in America since the 1980s. When it became evident there was an alternative to the cabal-controlled sphere of influence in American politics, the cabal responded with launching a cold civil war to try to steal back power and eliminate their uncontrolled opposition. Never forget that they would not have tried to destroy Trump to such an extreme degree, especially with direct assassination attempts, if he had not been a threat to them and their agenda. This battle has been raging ever since, and cabal-controlled nations have reeled as their once near global grip on power began to fall apart, and now they are on the defensive against free humanity. Trump's time in politics began a new era of actual free people being able to make use of the American political system again, and provided an actual option for people to make use of that was not part of the cabal's control grid. Ever since, more strength has been funneled into free humanities movements around the world, and the West has been majorly strengthened again, causing major setbacks for the cabal's agenda of recolonizing North America by Eastern Bloc nations from South America, China, and India, and the major infusion of Muslim populations into Europe. In retaliation, the cabal introduced COVID-19 through China, which was a global bioweapon attack, launched major wars against the West in the Ukraine by Russia, against Israel by the Iranian proxy network, and totally lost Afghanistan to the Taliban. This majorly emboldened the East. For those who still don't think Russia is still part of the Eastern Bloc, ask yourself why they would use North Korean troops within their war against Ukraine. Meanwhile, the flood of South Americans and Middle Easterners across the U.S. southern border continued under the return of cabal Manchurian candidate Joe Biden, as they rushed to offset the population that walked away from them for the now freed Republican Party. For the last 8 years, the United States has been under a state of siege by the global cabal. In Canada, for instance, cabal loyalists seized power under a fake threat concocted by them claiming imminent annexation by America, which never came, and they created a shift to reportray the United States as a villainous threat to their national sovereignty, while the ruling party had been behind allowing a major population influx from China and India, and had been mired by scandal revealing that Chinese and Indian influence over their elections was the actual major threat to Canada. In order to protect the ultra-left atheist cabal agenda, they turned on the United States and now have their military considering America a military threat, rather than China or India, all while acting like they care for Canada's national sovereignty. Almost 1/4 of Canada's population is now from India, China, and other Eastern nations. Now that the issue of exposing the evil that some of the cabal's agents were involved in is in the spotlight, it has become evident that the Trump administration has reached the limits of what they can achieve without causing a major war. Don't kid yourselves, when the truth comes out, it will provoke World War III and a civil war within the United States. They have opted to avoid this scenario for as long as possible. They are only so aware of the influence of the outside forces, but let the human resistance, also known as the order, make this clear for all listeners. A major event known as disclosure is imminent, which will be backed by the official government forces of the Galactic Federation. With the assistance they provide, global war and American Civil War will be mostly averted, as much as can be done without directly mind-controlling every individual on Earth. When this comes, part of that disclosure will be of who was involved in the pedophile rings and secret human enslavement rings globally. Supporters of Trump know this, that the conflict that can and will follow disclosure will cost lives, that what you want will come with a price in human life, and that it may be yours, and if you want it so badly, remember that it may also be you that may need to do the fighting. But without outside assistance, there is only so much even Trump can do without it causing a major retaliation against him and the United States in general. Ask yourself what would happen if Epstein's client list contained the names of current national leaders, politicians, and ultra-rich business owners from all over the planet. It was always known that this is the point where we reach the limit on what can be done without outside assistance. But make no mistake, it is coming, and soon. It will be during this administration, as we cannot afford to allow a cabal party to ever regain power within the United States, and it will simply not be allowed by the order, or the Federation.